Good evening and salutations, my Beyond the Gates fans. Okay, so let's start off with Bill and Haley, right? Now, I know a lot of people feel like Haley is getting her karma, her just dessert in a way. And I won't disagree with that, right? I won't disagree with that. But marriage isn't supposed to be like this, right? Marriage is not supposed to be like this. She shouldn't have to sit there and be constantly unhappy, constantly feeling guarded, going to restaurants, going to places, getting shunned, constantly having Danny's family come at her, and pretty much the whole damn town coming at her, treating her with disrespect every single time that she goes outside of Bill's office and Bill's house, essentially. This is not something that she signed up for, right? And ultimately, if Bill actually wants to sit there and make her happy and keep all the promises that he made to her, he would simply just move somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, there's some people that always sit there and say, like, your home is where your partner is, right? You don't have to live in Fairmount. You don't. Um, you don't have to even live, like, even if because I'm assuming like the Gates is like its own separate little town or whatever. Like, bro, you can sit there and live in another town and still commute to work. You don't have to actually live there. If Haley was as important to him as he says, what does he do? The minute that she's like, let's just call it done, let's just call it a wrap or whatever, he does everything he can to sit there and manipulate the situation so he can stay in Fairmount Crest, right? From dismissing her feelings about her constant run-ins, her constantly being on guard, the fact that people, Danny's breaking into the house and stuff like that, doing all that, just completely dismissing her feelings, trying to do some sort of little romance dinner. And even then, Haley was like, listen, this is all great, but this does not solve the problem of the issues that I'm dealing with. And he's like, sure it does. All you have to do is just have small alone time. Okay, but you can't be her whole world though. Like, how do you not understand this? You think that as long as y'all have dinner time and sexy time and everything like that, that's just going to be good enough for her? Because I get it. It's good enough for you. You get to sit there and go out and do whatever, and it's fine for the most part. But she's not getting that same treatment. But of course, this is Bill's world, and everybody else just lives in it. So after he ignores that, he buys her something nice and shiny. He buys her some pretty earrings. Ooh, shiny toy. And it works so much, this rope-a-dope tactic works so much that not only does she like it, but she feels bad for even bringing up this issue. She feels guilty. I mean, if that's not if that's not manipulation, I don't know what is. Um, and it works. It works. I mean, hell, he kind of felt like the perfect girl in a sense. He found somebody that's young, naive, doesn't really know what she wants in a sense. Or at the very least, will not sit there and put her foot down on things like, we can't live here. Instead, she's like, ooh, shiny. I'm sorry, what was I talking about? That's the type of woman that he wants to sit there and be with. Somebody he can easily control. Now, on Danny's front, here's something that I've noticed. Certain qualities about Danny reminds me of Phyllis from YNR. You know, the wild child, the one that acts out and still has the fans and some of her closest family members rock with her. right? You know, today she's sitting there drinking on the floor up until the point where it's like after Andre left, he went to Nicole's, sit there and be like, you know, she needs some help, she needs your support. But she's not going to get that support. She's just going to, as I said before, my issue with Danny is that she's surrounded by a bunch of yes people. Friends, people in the community, hell, even the workers, like the security guard, just pretty much bent over and said, all right, yeah, here you go. You know, you can just go in Bill's house. It's totally fine. Like, are you kidding me? And her family definitely kowtows. Like, honestly, tell you the truth, it's remarkable that somebody like Nicole, who is a um psychiatrist or whatever, or psychologist, is not really pushing for Danny to sit there and get therapy because, yeah, she was able to strong enough to sit there and resist the temptation of drinking alcohol, pouring it down, or whatever. But it's going to take a little bit more to work than that. You know, I get it. Her marriage ends. She's sad. She's unhappy. But it's just getting to a point where it's like she's just doing the same shit over and over again. As much as I know people want to sit there and root for the character, I mean, come on. Even everyone has their limits, and you just get to a point. It's like, I guess we're doing this again. Danny's upset. Bill did something. She drinks. She calls Andre. She lashes out. She breaks stuff. And then when somebody comes over, they just kind of just more or less placate to her. Kind of like Phyllis. Yep. Now, with Ashley and Derek, Ashley, let's be honest, Ashley is fighting these feelings to want to be with Derek. I mean, want to be with Andre, right? And she's also concerned about Derek, you know, romantic dinner and everything like that. But while she was there, he was still having pains and stuff like that. Then he gets a call and he rushes out to take care of another fire. And Ashley's like, weren't you just in the hospital like a couple of days ago? Yeah, I know, babe, but it's all hands on deck. It's going to be a contentious problem for her. Yes, she understood the risk when she got involved with the fireman, but at a certain point, she's going to start to get upset. Um, like you signed up for this, boo. You knew exactly what you were signing up for. Mom Dukes come in. They talk about Andre, and I don't know. One, they still didn't sit there and say her damn name. And can't she wear like a name badge or something? Like at some point, so I can know what her name is, other than Mom Dukes. Um, and talk about the Andre situation. And she's like, well, you know, listen, as long as it doesn't happen again, you know, I say continue to be friends. And I'm like, I don't know if that's actually good advice or not, but whatever. Um, this is after the portrait that she said that Andre gave her on her first day or week of work or whatever. And I'm kind of just like, and this is the man who, okay, so from your daughter's perspective, or, you know, found out that your daughter has a man who gave her a portrait of him or of her or whatever, a bunch of pictures, you try to lean in for a kiss, and you're saying, eh, it's cool to be, you know, you can still be his friend. Does that not sound a little off as far as advice? Part of it just seems like, okay. Um, Now, Leslie's big plan is that she wants to have another event, have Eva throw another event, and you know, throw the truth in his face that Eva is his daughter, and that you know he's a liar and a cheater. That's the big reveal. Ooh, sis, you put a young girl in a hospital for that. Like, really? You could have killed that girl, and you did all that to sit there and expose him as a like. Okay, Eva is definitely having conflicted feelings about it. And there's one point she brings up Thomas. And for some odd reason, Leslie's like, oh, he sounds like a creeper. Well, you're a sociopath. Are you. What? And she didn't even explain how he was a creeper when she actually was like, how's he a creeper? I mean, I don't even understand what was the point of that line. Long story short, she's like, just chill out on that. You don't want to get fired. I still need you to execute this plan. Okay, whatever. So she talks about an anniversary that's coming up, and long story short, Eva pretty much convinced Nicole to throw a little bash or whatever, a little party or an event. So she goes back and she tells her mom, and the mom is happy that she gets the final retribution that she so rightly deserves, you know? I'm kind of like, okay, let's not get the whole woman of scorn thing, but like, you're going to sit there and expose him, and then that's going to somehow make you feel better. You had, you know, it's like, what, 20 something like that now? You had 20 something years to sit there and do this, and you chose to sit in your hands and do nothing, and now that your daughter's of age, she can sit there and be your little minion? Meanwhile, she's missed out on time with her dad because of your hurt feelings? Yeah, okay, sure. Why not? Oh my god. Okay, I gotta ask a question now. Um, are they planning an episode of Beyond the Gates tomorrow? Because they showed the previews for next week. They also did that for The Young and Restless and Born and Beautiful. So what's up with that? If y'all know, let me know in the comment section. I think this is actually going to do it for the video. If I missed anything, write in the comment section. We'll sit there and talk about all 5 of the shows tonight. Beyond the Gates, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.